Here we have a crawl space where the grade is slightly lower. The plastic is displaced. Looks like it has flooded in the past. You can see a water line up on the block. Sealed vent furnace. Some condensation forming on the ductwork. This is the front right corner if you're looking at the home, and apparently there's a grade that works its way back down to the crawl space door, which would be the back left-hand corner. Moisture coming through the foundation wall, hydrostatic pressure underneath the plastic. Insulation has fallen down because it's gotten so moist. Some mold growth on the wood. No signs of moisture coming through these front foundation vents, but there are signs of leaves and slugs. Here's an example of why we don't like plastic moisture barriers. You can see all the condensation that's forming underneath it, keeping the soil wet. All this wetness creates an environment where it's conducive for condensation to form on the ductwork. All these ducts are soaking wet, which causes the insulation to fall down, mold to grow up on the exposed subfloor. You can see the water line, or where the outside grate is, and how water's coming through the block. Here we have condensation forming on the ductwork. The ductwork sweats, and so does this insulation. That's why it's all discolored. Maybe you can see the mold that's on all of the wiring, and also here on the subfloor. The different colors is because different types of mold want different levels of humidity. So it tells me this has been going on for a long time, and that the humidity levels change down here seasonally. There is mold on the outside of the ducts, and some areas of the ducts are actually being self-cleaned because there's so much condensation. There are also puddles that are forming, which are great places for bacteria to grow, which create a foul urine type odor. The air ducts have been sealed, but because there's been so much moisture on the box, they've rusted and the mastic seals have broken. So the air duct should be resealed. You can see the water dripping off of these. There are numerous gas connections in here, so that if this is going to be a closed crawl space, recommend that there be a combustion meter in here. These low foundation vents are a potential source for rainwater intrusion, as well as the crawl space access door. This can be dug out and added more gravel. Looks like there has been some flooding in the crawl space in the past. You can see the flood line on the foundation wall. The air ducts are condensating, both the metal ducts and the flex ducts. This constant supply of water seasonally is allowing mold to grow on the subfloor and the framing in the crawl space. I opened up this one distribution box in which there is a UV light, and around the light it looks good. However, further down the box there is mold growing. Now, some of the secondary lines coming off look clean, and I did not see any mold. In the return duct there is debris on the other side of the filter, so it'd be nice to have the air duct system cleaned and mold remediated. We recommend upgrading to a radiant barrier crawl space. Essentially, we remove the mold from the exposed wood and then treat that wood with a non-toxic product called Clean Seal. Next, we install a radiant barrier insulation liner on the ground and walls. Now we can dry the system with a crawl space supply vent or a dehumidifier. This is what you can expect your crawl space to look like. Beautiful, clean and dry.